Hi guys. I think I should be working. I kind of just rested today and I wanted to go live because it's tough at the nights. I don't know what is with me lately. Just kidding. I know exactly what's with me. But I want to talk about certain things, I guess. I'm telling you guys, like, this serotonin storm is a bitch and a half. Okay. So I was laying down on the couch downstairs, and there's this muscle kind of in your knee. I can show you my knee right here. And it's like rhythmically contracting like that. And then I'm like laying down and I'm just like, my cheeks are like rushing red. And I talked about, like, in my previous health update how, like, I have to be careful of my emotions. And literally my headphones, I bought, like, $5 headphones at Five Below, and they broke. And the fact that they broke, it, like, made me think about my the fact that I have to buy some more, and then it made me think about my finances, and then I, like, started to get, like and then I was kind of upset about it, and it's like my body just started reacting. Whoa. Just like my computer is reacting apparently. Um, my body just started reacting to the, like, feeling, and, like, even, like, when I just move my hand, it's, like, so serotonin-y. Ugh. I don't know if I explain it enough, if I talk about the serotonin-ness enough, but it's awful, like, as a feeling, and it's like, I've felt this way for so long because I've been in a deficit for so long. For so long, London. I'm just kidding. That's why I wanted to name this stream that, because I'm like, I hate feeling sad for basically no reason. And it literally just happens at night for no reason. And so I'm just like asking my body, like, how much sad did you think I had? Because sometimes when I do these streams, I have to like think for a while, like what lyric I want to use and what I want to talk about. Or like what lyric to use. And I was like, I'm just so sad. And it's like, I know it's bullshit. Like, I know it's not real. And that's why I'm going live, because it will help me feel better. Because otherwise, I literally just like wallow in sadness. And like last night was rough too. Like, I was very like obsessed. Oh gosh, I changed the title again. I keep doing that. I'm like, do I want to talk about this? Why do I have such inhibition? This is the serotonin. It makes me inhibited, you guys, really badly. And I hate it. I hate it because I feel so playing somewhere for me. Okay. Is my sound okay? Hello, Bubble. Does my sound okay? Does my sound okay? I might have to change the title again. I don't want to change the title. I'm so non-committal with titles lately. Ugh. I'm gonna hate myself for changing this title because I don't want to. But as soon as I start going live, I feel less sad now. Ow! Sorry, my knees, man. no, I need to work on that. I need to lose more weight, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it used to, I will say. My knees used to be like absolute murder when I would get on my knees. Now it's like half a murder. Ooh, I feel like my knees are creaking. I gotta lose more weight, you guys. I can't do this. Just how low did you think I'd go? Oh man. Ooh, I have asthma. I have it all. Gosh, I'm losing my freaking mind today. Serotonin is going wild. It's going wild. But let's just go even wilder. This is going to be an embarrassing title. Very embarrassing. But I'm like, you know what? I'm committed. I'm committed to being real on this channel. So we're going to stay real. We're going to stay real because apparently I I'm going there because I'm about to talk about it because I have to. Oh my god, I can't spell. Period. This is embarrassing. Okay. Ow. I don't know if there's a comma there. Not me caring about the grammar. There might be a comma there. Ow, my knees. Just how low did you think I'd go? Have to go be free. Okay, I'm standing up again. So, as I was saying, since I'm getting into it, I'm going to be mortified if he watches this. Oh my god, my asthma. I'm literally wheezing. Jeez. Poindexter alert. Holy serotonin. It sounds like a creature. I wonder if you guys can hear that. Oh, now it won't do it. Thanks. Okay, I guess I breathed enough. It's not doing it anymore. Okay, anyways. So, I was gagging last night. So, what is gagging? Gagging is like the way I describe it when your serotonin is really, really high and you just get like kind of like obsessed or like hyperfixated. And you kind of just like go into this mode where it's like there's this song. I don't know if you guys have listened to the album, but there's a Kesha album called Gag Order. And I got really, really into it last year because it was like how I felt. Because I think she's super serotonin-y as well. And so for me, when my serotonin gets really high, I call it gagged. And gagged is like for me, when it's like you feel like you can't speak or you start to feel really ashamed or you become really, really obsessed with something or someone. And so last night I was tripping kind of about my crush. I'm just going to say it. But I was tripping about ASMR guy. Because nothing's been happening on the Eras tour. I feel like it's shut down and there's been no communication or anything, nothing. And so I was starting to like gag a little bit, where it's like I do like different readings, I do certain things. And then I just think about it a lot. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, because like I think for me, I get so weird in romance because I feel like in my past, so much of the time, I'm like, there's something I can do. I have to do something. I have to do something. You know, I feel like there's something I can do, or I feel like there's something I have to do. And it's like, I realize like a lot of that is just because, like, in my past circumstances, they both had Venus and Aries. So I want to talk about that. We're going to get like really gay and all over the place here. both of them are like both of my two past loves are Venus and Aries. And we're going to talk about Venus. Venus and Mars in astrology are important in terms of like who you're attracted to, in terms of like what, like what you look for romantically in a partner. And so the two guys that I used to talk to, they both had Venus in Aries, which when you have Venus in Aries, it makes the guy really attracted to like kind of like a feministy type of person. Somebody who's very like strong and independent, somebody who is like, usually more career oriented, somebody who is maybe less emotional even, and somebody who doesn't pursue at all. That's also a major thing. They really, really like to pursue. And I always struggled with that because I'm not like completely like if feministy is on this side and like super submissive is on this side, I'm like in the middle. I'm not either one. And I feel like a lot of people are so weird, or like a lot of guys are really weird. It's like they really, really expect me to be one way or the other, and I'm really not. And I think a lot of times, like there was this other guy I talked to for a while back in like 2016 or something, or 2017. And he had Venus in Pisces. And Venus in Pisces is like the complete opposite. It's like they like somebody who's super submissive, like damsel in distress. They're very patriarchal and like extremely like this guy, he was an Aquarius. He would literally tell me, I want to control everything about you. He literally would say, like, I want to control your every thought. You don't need to worry about anything. I'll do everything for you or whatever. And I was just like, and at the time I was very like lost in life. And so it was like very like titillating to me, I guess. It's like, oh my gosh, and I was all like kind of gay about it. But I think it was just like an overcompensation because the first guy I talked to, he was Venus in Aries. And like, I remember this one time, super fucking weird, but he literally, he was 28 years old and I was 20 or 21, I mean, at the time. And I remember this one time he literally asked me, like, should I buy a wrestling belt thing? Because I guess he was big into wrestling. He was like, or should I pay my rent this month? And I was like, or pay my mortgage this month. And I was like, why are you asking me for my financial decisions? I was so thrown off. Like, and I don't know if it's because when I was like super hypolicious and just, estrogen-y, poofalicious, the whole shebang, like when you throw it all together, I think it made me come across as a lot more like feministy and dykish than I actually am. And so I was just like, I think I just had like this era or like this aura, so to speak, not era, aura of that energy. And I think that's why I attracted these kinds of guys where it's like they'd really want me to take control and they'd really want me to do certain things um in that sense. And it was like I'm not, like I said, I'm in between. So I'm not like super submissive. I have my own mind. I have my own perspective. I have thoughts on things, but it's like I'm not like gonna sit here and like I'm not comfortable leading a relationship. I'm not comfortable leading a guy. It's like and both of these guys that were Venus and Aries, they both pushed me to lead. They both pushed me to be leaders or to be a leader in the relationship and in general. Um, and it wasn't all a bad thing. Like I definitely, with both dynamics, I was not in a good place. Like when I was talking to the first guy, I was like, I couldn't even hold a job. I could barely speak. Like I could barely go out in public. Like, I mean, I could, but I was really not doing very well. And so, he was like an elder millennial type, and he's just very like, you need to get out more, you need to do more things, you need to explore life more, you need to get a job, you need to get into your career, you need to, just very, very like a lot of this push, which again, it's not necessarily bad. Um, in this stream, I'm not talking about femininity as like a bad thing necessarily. I'm just talking about it as a way of life, right? A way of living, an approach to life. And he was just very much like, "You need to get your career going, blah, blah, blah," and, like, he really, like, gassed me up. Like, I remember this one time, he literally told me when, he was also Australian and he was visiting, um, from Australia, and he, like, looked across from me and he was like, "You're gonna do so many more things than I'll ever do in my life." He was like, "You're gonna go so much farther than me, I just know it." And kind of like as if he was saying I was gonna be famous one day or like I was really gonna do something, And it was so crazy to me to be told that at the time because I had like no self-esteem. I had no experience in life whatsoever. I didn't even know this guy liked me. I was really confused because very closeted moment, but I was so confused. And I'm not gonna say it didn't help me, like, it did, because it kinda got me moving and got me going in a sense, but then it was like, he wanted me to do all these things, but it's like he wanted me to have a certain he wanted me to be a fucking feminist, and it's like, I'm not, I'm just not, and it was just weird because it was like he was pushing me so hard to do that and to be that person, and it's like, I took it as like, you want me to be who I am, so, like, I came out of the closet, I did all these things, I started getting out more, I started sharing my actual opinions on things, and he didn't like them. So it's very much like, I want you to be who you are, but only if it's who I want you to be. And that was a huge issue for me, obviously. And I felt very like gutted when our dynamic ended. And then he like literally was kind of trying to cancel me and it just got really nasty and horrible, which I was really awful at the time. So I can kind of understand it. But it was just like weird, you know? So then I started talking to that other guy, another Australian. I talked to 3 Australians, you guys. This guy was not anything though. It was just like very much whatever. And he was the Venus in Pisces and he was the complete opposite. He's like, I'm gonna take control of everything. I'll take over everything. I want to control your mind. I want you to basically I will tell you everything to think. I will tell you everything to do. You don't have to worry. Everything you do will be to serve me, basically. And it was like really kinky. And I was like, oh my gosh, and it was the complete opposite of what I had been through. And it just, it didn't work really, obviously, because you guys know me. I'm not really like that. Um, and then when it came to my ex, he was also Venus in Aries, and he was just, like, really, really pumping me up, like, it's like a very status, conscious relationship, like, it was very, very intense, like, "I want you to do this, I want you to be that, I want you're gonna" the impression I had was that in the beginning of it, he kinda saw me as, like, a loser, basically, which I kinda was, which I know that's harsh to say about yourself, but I was kind of a loser when I started talking to him. I was very victim-y and salty and just all these things. And so like he was very much in that like I'm gonna fix you and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that and da 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 da. Da. And I accomplished a lot. And that's the crazy thing about it is it's like I don't know how I feel about it other than it was uncomfortable. It's kind of like when you're really introverted and somebody's constantly pushing you to get out of your comfort zone. That's how I felt with these Venus and Aries guys. And, I just don't think it's a perfect fit for me. I just don't because it's like I'm not really a feminist dyke bitch. Like, I'm just not. It's just not real. It's like I can only be that way in illness or through like severe hypo, you know? And so, um, with that one, it was like my health started recovering and it just fell apart basically because I wasn't this feministy dyke anymore. And I was just like, I want you to take the lead on things, you know? And he didn't want to. And so then I was like, well, I'm not going to anymore. So, it turned into like a So Long London moment. Basically, if you know Taylor Swift, that's what it turned into because I didn't carry it anymore and it died. And so I think with this guy, with the ASMR guy, which I will just say, I have a huge crush on him. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, I do. Very much so. And I'm just used to being in that feministy mode with guys, and it's like I don't think that that's what he would like at all. And I feel like, I'm crazy. So I've already tried to run his chart and stuff. I'm a psycho. Just you can judge me. I don't care. I don't care. He has Venus and Gemini, and I'm like, I think that might work because I feel like Venus and Gemini, it's just different. It's just like a very different type of dynamic. It's like it's that in between that I've been looking for. It's like in my mind at least, which, if I'm just totally crazy, whatever. This is just in my mind. In my mind, I felt like he would still like see me as his baby, so to speak. It's like, hey, baby, that kind of thing. But he wouldn't care about controlling my mind. And I'm just like, that's what I need. It's like I'm not a threat to these guys. Like, I don't understand that. It's like because I have my own mind, I was like a huge threat or something. It's like I'm not. I don't wanna hurt you. I like you, It's like I didn't wanna hurt any of these guys. I liked them. But it's like them not having control over my mind, it was so threatening, and it's like, I don't know why. Because I used to say that to my ex a lot. I'd just be like, "I don't care." I was like, "You can control finances, you can control everything." I was like, "I don't care." I was like, "But there's only 2 things you will not control." I was like, "You will not control my beliefs, like my mind, or my words." And I think that that wasn't good enough. I mean, isn't that a crazy thing? So, yeah, I think I have a little bit of a rut with new guy because I'm just like I'm trying to approach it in an old way and it's not the same. This guy is different. He's not even Australian. He's different. Um, so I'm like, just in case he's watching, he's British. You better know it's you. I'm gonna be so irritated with him if he doesn't know. But anyways, I swear, one of the readings I did was like, he's paranoid. You're trying to date someone else. I'm not. I'm really not. The thing is, where I'm at in my life right now is that I am so I'm not looking for somebody I don't know because I don't want to explain the calorie counting. I don't want to explain the weight loss. I don't want to explain the hypo and just all these different things. And so it's like I feel like this guy is probably like one of the only people in the world that I wouldn't have to explain that to and that I like because I know of him. I've watched him for a while. So it's like I know him, I'm interested, and I think he'd understand what my health journey and stuff because it's like it's really hard to start over completely when you're trying to lose weight. And it's like I'm not losing a cute amount of weight, I'm losing like a huge amount of weight. And so I wouldn't be looking for anyone else probably until like the end of the year, maybe, or next year, like beginning of next year. So it's like, yeah. But, anyways, I think that that's my issue with this is like I feel like I have to go back into that feministy mindset, or I feel like I have to like try to control it or try to go into this. Like I get so serotonin that I start feeling like obsessive or like scared or just like, is there something I should be doing? Is there something I should be doing? It's like, it's a horrible feeling. I hate it. Um, and it's like, no, there isn't. There isn't. It's fine. It's like, just be yourself. Like, that's what I feel intuitively is just be myself. Just be myself. And that's it. And I always struggled with that. And I think it was because of my horrific hormone levels, I guess. Um, throughout the years, because I was so hypo throughout the past few years. It's like I think now it's like it's good enough that I can just be myself. Like I don't have to. I don't know, and maybe that's getting older. I don't know, but it's like I don't have to try to fit into that kind of like Madonna whore complex, basically, which I hate that term. It's so cringified, but there's something to it. A lot of guys, they do expect you to be either totally submissive or totally in control. And I don't think this guy does. And it's like, what a relief. I swear, you guys, compatibility is a big thing. It's a huge thing because it's a lot less work. So, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. I'm just like, ugh, how do I let go and let God? Or like, how do I stop trying to do something like this, because I'm not used to this. It's new, it's different. It's better for sure. It really is. Um, but it's just hard. It's tough. Telling you guys, breaking the habits and shit, breaking bad habits and breaking like toxic thinking patterns and all this stuff, like it's something else when your hormones are like working against you, when it's making it worse. Because it's not like a personal thing or like this guy is doing anything wrong. He's not. It's just that I'm having a hard time. Like I have these physical feelings. It's like, I was talking to Eric on the phone last night. We were watching a horror movie. We were gonna watch a horror movie. And I told him, I was like, I wish you were here so you could touch my cheeks. And no, I'm not trying to date Eric. I'm just saying that just in case you know who watches. No, he's just my friend. We never were romantic or anything ever. But anyways, he's just my best gay friend. We consider ourselves sisters. Okay. So anyways, I was told him, I was like, I wish you were here so you could touch my cheeks and they would burn your fingers because they're so hot. They run so hot. And it was just crazy because I was talking to my mom about it today, and she told me that back when she was like in her 20s or something, her cheeks would do that same flush. And I was like, well, you're probably just really hypo too. You probably haven't been forever. it's like, I'm gonna break this fucking curse, you guys. This curse of hypo, I swear. I will be delivered from hypo. I feel like being delivered from hypo is being delivered from evil. But yeah, just to take pressure off of ASMR guy, you're not the only thing in the world I get obsessed with. I get obsessed with my car or my finances. So like I said last night, I was like, or tonight, my headphones broke and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy new ones. And I started thinking about it and it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to buy new ones, and then my bills and then this, and oh my gosh, and then this bill and then that. And it's just like it goes into this like loop, and it's the serotonin. It's like and it's just like, oh gosh, like it's just like it's horrible. It's very anxious. If your serotonin is too high, it makes you anxious. Bubblelandia says, speaking of serotonin, do you know how much about GABA and glutathione? I'm just now becoming aware of what can impact the ratio of the two. I'm not completely sure, but my mom was jokingly telling me that she could give me one of her GABAs, and she's like, "I'd put you right to sleep." And I was like, I am not going to take that. My mom is always joking about, and even Eric is always joking about giving me a Xanax. I'm like, I don't need a Xanax. But we say that because you guys remember this Jubilee video. I forgot which one it was. It was like the one where Blair White was on it. It was like Blair White versus Blossom. And Blair White, like Eric watches Blair a lot. I don't personally watch Blair, but it was just funny because Blair was like fighting with Blossom, and Blair goes, "Someone get her a Xanax." And she says it like that. And it's like a very Californian, someone get her a Xanax. It's like she says it completely through her nose. And that's California talk. So it's like, oh, that's a SoCal girly pop. Because it's like, someone get her a Xanax. Like that. So we always say that to each other. And I'm like, somebody needs to get me a Xanax because I'm freaking out. Because I was so like, just fixated. And Eric was like, okay. He's like, you can have her break it down tomorrow. He's like, we need to watch the movie now because I don't want to stay up that late. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm trying because I'm also like very ADHD. I don't think I have ADHD. I think I have hypo DHD. So I think it's just like a hypo thing, but I have a hard time like focusing and like there's a lot of times where, because me and Eric, we send like ADHD memes to each other all the time, kind of as a joke. And he was diagnosed ADHD when he was a kid. I never was. But it's just funny because we like go back and forth. Like there's this one meme where it says like the info, like one ADHD is the info dumper, and then the other ADHD is like the one with auditory processing issues. And they it's like the two, it's like the cat memes, and then like this goat that goes blah 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 blah. And then there's the cat. And I was like, that's me and Eric, because I literally, he will just say a bunch of stuff and then I'm like, I don't know what that was. So anyways, we love hypo. We love being in a deficit. But we were watching this really cheesy movie called Fear Street. Gosh, I almost called it Queer Street, but it's because Netflix made it this big deal that there was like lesbians in the first one. And like I think the whole first movie was like about how they were lesbian, basically. And I don't know, like it wasn't that, like the first movie was kind of not it. It was not that good. But I think it's because they focus way too much on them being a lesbian for it to actually be a good story. But the second one was actually better. But there was this nasty, like, shit part in the movie. And I don't know, like, me and Eric watch a lot of horror movies, and there's these really gross moments when horror movies get kind of fetishy. And I feel like a lot of people that write horror movies are like into poop because it comes up a lot. It's really nasty. And it came up in the movie last night, and I almost wanted to throw up because when my serotonin's so high too, like because I'm losing the weight, I get really disgusted. And so I was like gagging when they were doing that scene. It was so disgusting. And like it happened in the Descent. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, but it was in The Descent too. And it happened in that movie too. And it was so horrible. That one was really bad because they literally showed like this disgusting, like they were like these underground like mole people, and they literally showed it taking a shit on two of the characters. And I'm just like, that is disgusting. Like, I just don't know what is with horror movies doing that, but it's starting to come up a lot, and I'm just like, that has to be some weird thing that somebody's trying. Like, that movie was really bad. Like, The Descent 2 was nasty. Like, there was some kind of blood fetish stuff going on. Like, it was gross. Like, because it was a lot. That one was really, really like gross. But anyways, they had that moment in Queer Street Part 2, and it was like disgusting. Like, they were trying to sorry, I'm like, I guess I have to scar you guys because I was scarred. But they were at like a camp, and like two of the girls were underground in like this weird cave where it's like a demonic cave. And at the camp there was an outhouse. And so like they were underground under the outhouse, and there was like a big pile of shit and toilet paper. And they had to try to like climb out, and it was so disgusting. I couldn't handle it. I was like, oh my God, it was disgusting. Like, ugh, it was horrible. And I haven't even seen that movie, but I'm like, ugh, that's true. What's the movie? Oh my gosh. Oh. So yeah, I'm just like, I don't know why that comes up so much. Like, you guys can give me your opinions on why that comes up all the time in horror movies, but it does. And I'm like, there has to be something going on. And it's really disgusting to me. Like I said, I was gagging. I was like, I felt like I was going to throw up because I can't handle it. And I don't know why it always goes there, because it's like you don't know when you're watching a horror movie that they're just going to do that, you know? So, yeah. Anyways, but I want to finish the last one. I'm going to watch the last one with Eric, I think on like Friday. But it helps when I'm in those serotonin-y modes. It helps um to watch a horror movie, because I can kind of like the anxiety that I feel and the fear and the like rumination, I can kind of like externalize it onto a horror movie, so that it's like I don't think about ASMR guy. I don't think about my finances. I don't obsess over something like that. And because it's like, it's just a lot, you know? So it's like, it's better. Like before, it used to be like my body or like me. And that's worse for sure than, I mean, again, I'm so into ASMR guy. I love thinking about him, like there's no, I think about him every day if I feel like it. But I just don't like it when it's like I get scared or something, or it's like, oh gosh, like, is it going to work? Is it not? You don't want to be like freaking, because that's where I used to be emotionally. And it's like those types of feelings are what would drive me to binge in the past. And same with like the financial aspect too. And I'm not binging at all, but it's like, like I have to try to control my thoughts a little bit so I don't get too anxious, because it's like I don't want to like, freak out my body basically. So it helps because the horror movies, it's like a distraction. I really can't watch horror movies. I'm such a visual person. I can't not be impacted. Yeah, like I like supernatural horror a lot. It's really interesting to me. Or like if I was watching something about aliens or something, it's really interesting. Like aliens are like terrifying to me, like absolutely terrifying. For a long time, aliens were my absolute worst fear. Um, like, I think I used to be the most scared of, like, demons and aliens. And, I remember I went to Halloween Horror Nights, and I there had this, like, UFO scene, and it was so freaky to me. And then, like, when Signs came out, I was shook. I was so terrified of that movie, oh my gosh, it freaked me out so much. And then same with The Fourth Kind, that movie freaked me out. It freaked me the fuck out, and I had swine flu around the time that I saw, si not Signs, what's it called? The Fourth Kind. And there was, like, this, like, forum on Facebook or, like, this post on Facebook, and it had all these people telling their alien stories and, like, how these aliens, like, came to their room and, like, visited them and shit, and it freaked me the fuck out, and I kept waking up. Like, in the movie, they would wake up at 3:33, and, like, every night that I had swine flu, I kept waking up at 3:33, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god." Like, it freaked me out. I don't know why, I have, like, a crotch wedgie. Let me fix that. Gosh, since I'm so blatant today. But anyways, I literally was like so freaked out. And so I would like wake up and see the clock and I'd be like, please don't be 3:33. Like, please don't, please don't. And then I would check and it was like every night. Like it was so weird. And I was in such a fever and stuff when I had swine. Wasn't cute. Was not cute, you guys. So that was a lot. Um, but yeah, I haven't watched a one with aliens. They don't have a lot of good alien ones. I feel like the alien ones, they kinda like they're good and then they like go too far and then it gets lame. But I love like The Conjuring. The Conjuring movies are so good. They're so well done. I think especially the first Conjuring, it is like one of the best horror movies ever, in my opinion. It's just so well constructed and just so well done. I just adore it. I think it's like an amazing movie. Um, and yeah, but I think we're gonna watch Nightmare on Elm Street soon after Queer Street Part 3. We're watching Queer Street in honor of Pride, you guys. So but do you watch any horror movies, Ba, or no? Do you watch horror movies? Okay, what kind? Like, what's your favorite? Okay. I watched we've watched me and Eric have watched a lot of foreign ones. So we watched The Descent and The Ritual, which those 2 were, like, Britishy, and then we watched I forgot what this Thailand one, and, like, we watched a couple Korean ones, and yeah, for a while, we were, like, on a tour. I watched an Australian one, that was The Babadook, which was a trip. Me and Eric decided that The Babadook is an emotionally unavailable ex in the closet. I'm just kidding. But that's what we said, and I was like, "Eric, that's your ex in The Babadook." I was like, "That's my ex too." It was funny. Anyways, The Babadook is your closeted, emotionally unavailable ex. Yeah. I don't know, well, The Babadook is not explained. So, but the ending was interesting for sure. So that was a trip, Australian. I couldn't understand it anymore. I was like, "Oh my gosh." Um, because I haven't talked to any Australians in such a long time. I was like, "Oh gosh, I forgot the accent." Like I forgot everything. I was like, "Huh?" I had to put subtitles on. I was like, "What is she saying? Huh?" Um, But yeah, the Descent and The Ritual were, like, literally the same script. They were just men versus women. It was, like, literally almost exactly the same. So that's another interesting too when you watch a lot of horror movies is you see how they, like, copy scripts or, like, it's very similar. And I think the Fear Street Part 2, it was very inspired by, like, a lot of different movies. Like, they had The Descent because they had the caves, and then they had, like, Friday or is it Friday the 13th? Like, the guy with the knife or whatever, or axe or something with the mask on in the woods. It was really giving that. So, it was like they kinda just stole I don't think the writers of Fear Street are that great, but Netflix is kinda like, we watched some of we watched this other one, it was a Korean movie called, like, Hashtag Alive or something, and it was not that great. Honestly, it was kinda bad. So, I don't know, the Netflix films are kinda hit and miss, but at least it's a good distraction, you know? But I do wanna watch some classics, but we have to rent 'em, so I've been just sticking to Netflix lately because money, you know? But I have been working on my finances where it's like I'm gonna start doing meal prep and, like, actually start cooking, and so I'm going to I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna cook meat I have tomorrow and, like, split it, and I can actually eat so much cheaper now if I, like, actually do meal prep, but I might have to actually not have as much candy, and I'm like, because I don't really have the calories for it if I'm, like, doing meal prep and stuff. Because like, I bought watermelon and hamburger, and watermelon is, like, a lot of calories if you eat a lot of it. Like, I think a whole watermelon is, like, 2,000, it's a lot. So, I'm definitely gonna have to split it, and then the meat is a lot too. I think it's, like, 1,000 for, like, a pound of hamburger. So, I have to split that as well. So, it's actually really cheap compared to, like, what I used to do, 'cause I think I'm hitting a weird point where my food costs can go down so much compared to what it used to be, 'cause I eat a lot less, and I don't know if you guys realize, but Walmart lowered their prices, I think because, probably because of the impending recession, but people can't afford the high prices anymore, so they started lowering the prices at Walmart. Because I've, like during the inflationary period of 2022, when it was, like, massive, I started shopping at Publix a lot because it was kinda like all the stores were horrible, and so it just didn't matter where you went, it was all extremely expensive, and so I went to Publix, and I kinda got used to going to Publix, but these days, Publix has, like, raised their prices and, like, everywhere else has lowered them. So I'm becoming a Walmart girly pop again because I'm like, "Okay, I can actually save money," because, like, a watermelon at Walmart when I first moved here in 2021, it was like 4.50 or so. It was, like, around there. By 2022, it was 6.50 for a watermelon. And then apparently last year it was 8.50. That's horrible. But they lowered it and it's now 4.50 again. So it's back to 2021. Um, and, like, Publix, you know how they cut up the watermelon? Like, I was thinking about getting a large one. They charge 15.50 for a large cut up watermelon. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, "That is so fucking dumb." But they have it on sale, and so it's like 4 pounds of watermelon is 7.50, and it's like, I can buy a whole watermelon for 4.50 at Walmart. Like, you guys are fucking dumb. Like, I think I'm gonna start boycotting Publix, low key. Like, I think I'm done. I think shit just hit the fan, Because it's like, I don't make a lot of money. I struggle, and it's like, I'm gonna go somewhere cheaper, period. Like, I'm done. And then at Walmart, they have a lot of, like, clothes on sale. lately, like, there's a lot of clearance stuff, like, I almost bought some clothes today, but I was like, "I really need to save my money, like, don't be an idiot, Alex." But they have these pants for $5, and I'm just like, "Ugh," like, I really wanted it because it's like, I wanna make sure I have clothes in the fall, and it was, like, literally $5, and they were nice pants. So I'm kinda hoping they'll still be there in a couple days. But it's like I have a lot of bills and stuff, like, my billing cycle is all fugly now, and all my bills hit, like, at this time, it's just disgusting. So, I can't really do it right now, and that's why I was upset that my headphones broke. And that's what triggered serotonin moment tonight. But it's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna start meal prepping because I could literally, at this rate, like, the amount of calories I eat, I can have, like, a day of calories for almost it's almost like $7.50, which is crazy. I've never been able to eat that cheap, except for, like, when I was dirt poor and I was eating, like, marshmallows, Sour Patch Kids, pepperoni, and cheese, and that was, like, and potatoes or something. Like, when I first moved here, I was so poor because I could barely work. So to have it go that far down, it's like, wow, because I don't know, I've just been paying way too much money at Publix, like, and I've just realized it. Publix is overpriced. Do you have Publix where you are bought or no? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know what is up. Okay. Classified. Okay, well, is there Publix on Bot Island? Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's horrible price, I guess I will say. Oh my god, but well, I was telling Eric today, I was like, Publix is horrible, blah blah. I was like, I wouldn't shop there, and he's like, I don't have the option, and I'm like, well, I don't have the option of certain places in Cali either. Um, yeah, fair enough, but yeah, I would suggest it because I'm like, if they're gonna lower their prices, then I'm gonna go back. You got me back. You got me back. I'm like a sour ex. I came back to Walmart because when the inflation was so bad, it was like you can just whatever, like just go anywhere. It doesn't matter, you know? Wow. Yeah, I believe it, Bubble. I def believe it. Um, because for me, it's just like, I don't know, it's just awful. But it's like I don't binge or anything. Like I don't and I'm starting to be like, I don't know, I'm just really hypolicious right now and I'm so swollen and I'm just like, gosh, like I don't really want to have sugar as much. Like I still have some, but it's like it's a little bit bloaty, Sugar is a little swelly. It's like I swell so bad. So I'm like, I need to up my potassium and stuff. And it's like means I have to eat more fruit, less sugar, so it's like and watermelon is pretty cheap and it's a really good source of like vitamin C and like it's just a very good thing and it's great in the summer because again, like a watermelon for 450 that can last me at least 2 days, at least, probably even 3 days. So 450 divided by 3, that is like cheap, And then like the meat, it's like I'm gonna split it. I got grass fed for like 650. So I can split that. So over 2 days, it's like $3, and it's like, okay, I need to just be smarter about this. Um, I think it's for a few different reasons. Like I think, there's a little bit of deflationary pressure there, so it's helping. And then I don't know if I'm just like less hypo or more logical about it, or if I just don't care as much about having certain foods. Like I know in 2022, I really fucking wanted this like chicken at Publix. It was like the best thing ever, and I got it like every day. But it's also like it's so much cheaper to count calories. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like I might do a stream with Eric where we talk about like the financial benefits of counting calories because it's really helped him too since he started counting. It's so much cheaper to eat when you're counting. I think just because you're eating less, you know. Um, because like I've never like Walmart was never cheaper while I was losing weight. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still very expensive. Like even the past couple months, cheese at Walmart was becoming like $4, which is like awful. And forever, the cheese at Walmart was 2.22. Like I would look at it every time I go, and it was always 2.22, and it went up to like $4. And I was like, hell no. It's like, fuck you, Walmart. So I stopped going. I didn't go anymore. I was like, I'll get my cheese for 2.73 at fucking Publix, which Publix is way overpriced. And it was still cheaper. And so I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna go to Publix then. And then they changed it. Now it's 1.90. They lowered it. And I'm just like, okay, Walmart. Like, if you want to play around, like, I'm coming back. You know, you got me back. I'm returning like a better ex. I can be a Walmart girly pop again. If it's gonna be that much cheaper, I mean, and at Publix is just gonna be so fucking ridiculous, like ridiculously overpriced. Like, I don't even know. I can't even describe how ridiculously overpriced it is. Like, they think they're fucking Whole Foods or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you got me fucked up. I am not going back to Publix. Like, I am not gonna shop there for my food anymore. So it was a nice little relationship while it lasted. Oh my God, Ghosta. How are you, Ghosta? I feel like I hardly ever am live late enough for you. For the Europeans, the Euros. But I guess I'm in my Midnights era. I know you do. Poor thing. I appreciate it, Ghosta. But yeah, it's just a lot. Like, I don't know. So, anyways, I'm trying to be. I think I might do like a financial video too, a little bit on my main channel because I can show like how I greatly reduced my cost of dieting. Because I think for me, it's like I didn't want to cook and I didn't want to. It's like I was kind of just in this frenzy of like, I have to go, 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 go. You know, it's like you're in that zone of like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And it's like, and it's like you're always like, for me, I've been so like millennial workaholic stereotype, you know, especially since I've been doing my Eras tour since April, where I've been doing the 2 jobs. And speaking of which, I really should have filmed something tonight for my main, but I don't think I'm going to. Hello, Sam. But yeah, like my Eras tour, I'm exhausted. So I'm just like, I can't hang. By the way, I was talking about Venus signs for men, and Sam has Venus in Cancer. So he likes super, 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 super feminine, super femmy girly pops for Sam only. But yeah, I'm hopeful that my crush that has Venus in Gemini, I think it might be a fit. I have Mars in Gemini, so I think that's a sign. So many signs. I think that means that if my hypothesis is correct, I think we love each other's voices. I know I love his voice. I just don't know for sure if he loves mine, but I would think so. Because Gemini is like your voice, your voice. And if he has Venus there, that's Femi. And I have Mars, which is Masky. So interesting. Ideas and voice, vocals. It attracts you to somebody. It's interesting. And intelligence is big for my Gemini peeps. Venus and Mars in Gemini. Intelligence is big. Inteligencia, as the Spanish would say. If that's even the right word. But anyways, interesting. So I got a lot going on, and I'm hopeful that doing a bit more meal prep will help, and I'm hoping that having less sugar should help me swell less. But I'm really swollen. Like I was very swollen because I'm just doing so much burn off and I'm so hypolicious and it's just awful. So yeah, I'm not really loving this time. This time is kind of fugified. Um, Especially because I feel like ASMR guys slightly, just like barely slightly still mad at me because I talk shit about him. And I'm sorry. And I've eaten my words. And I'm kissing the ring. Hate it. I hate this Gemini season, you guys. I had to eat my word. I had to kiss the ring of my car too. I feel like every little thing I was doing that was wrong Gemini season this year, it was like, fuck you, Alex. Period. Like, fuck you for what you did. You have to pay. And I'm just like, ugh, I'm in my karma era. So I don't love any of that. But no, I'm not a victim. Not a victim. Not at all. You get what you deserve. Period. I'm just kidding. We all get what we deserve. Period. That's what happens this year. You get what you deserve. So I guess ASMR guy deserves me massively crushing on him and being obsessed. So that is what I don't know. I'm gonna knit now. Let's try. Let's see if I can put two brain cells together. But how have you guys been? How have you guys been during this Gemini time? Because this Gemini season, it's kind of like flattening and busy. I've noticed a lot of people are really sad and moody, myself included. I'm not any better. But I've heard, because I watched my favorite astrologer, and he was saying that Cancer season this year is like very restorative. So that would be nice because it was awful last year. Holy shit, it was horrible. I hated it. I was dying in July of last year. It was awful. So I'm hoping it's not like that, but I don't think it will be. I think there might be I think it might be a nicer time this year, which I'm gonna see my cousin's baby tomorrow, you guys. Craziness. So that's interesting. There's a lot going on. This year is like really busy. But I'm hoping that the meal prep and stuff, I hope it works. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to filming all the time. I feel bad, but I need a breather. Too much personal bullshit, you guys, I swear. But my car is fine, by the way. I did this like thing where I put this gas cleaner thing in there and it worked. So my car is like a lot better. So I guess my car just needed some baseline investment, you know. And I'm trying to like do my part and just be on top of things. It's just tough, you guys. It's so hard still. I'm trying, but it's like, gosh, like I have to catch up on stuff now. It's just really fugly. I really hate it. And my expenses have gone up a lot and it's just awful. So I'm trying to find any way to you know, finally have like a reduction, so I'm hoping the food side will work, but I agree about um it is a lot less money when you count. So I think I am going to do that video with Eric at some point because a lot of people really hate counting calories. I get it. Like I don't think everybody has to. I'm not like one of those girly pops, but I am like it is a very useful tool and it can help in times where you're struggling with money, for sure, with weight loss because it's cheaper, definitely. And it helps you kind of track it so you eat less. And then obviously it keeps the weight loss going. But I haven't lost weight. Like I've swelled up so much. I've gained like 5 pounds. Isn't that crazy? I gained like 5 pounds of water, but I went pee like 20,000 times today. So I'll see if I lost any. And I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed, you guys. Honestly, it's a very overwhelming time because I haven't it's been a while since I've like juggled or had like a lot of different things on my mind. You know, it's been a long time since I've been like health slash fitness slash work slash other job slash crush slash finances slash car slash bills slash friends slash this, it's like, whoa, slash family slash like new baby, it's like, gosh, this is a lot, and after like the panorama years and stuff, it's like I wasn't really doing much. Like it was just my health. It was like, period, your health, that's it. Period. Like that's all you think about. And it was like also very political. And it's like I am really living life again, where I'm like really doing other stuff or like looking at other things. And I'm busy. I agree with Sam. I'm busy. Um, and I think that it's gonna be good, because like last year, it's like my world was so small. I really only was doing weight loss and work, and that was it. And it was just so boring. This year, it's like not boring, but it's kind of overwhelming. It's like, oh, this is a lot because it's like, gosh, like we're gonna go visit my cousin tomorrow. It's like, gosh, yeah, that's true, Sam. I agree with that for sure. And I'm trying to embrace it. It's just a lot. And I think too, like I'm not used to my new capacity to, I have more of like a hormone health to do all these things, to do the whole ass Eras tour. Um, it's a lot. And I'm just like, damn, like I'm doing a lot and I can do it. And I can do it with a broken heart. I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like the plague. I don't even blame him, to be honest. I don't. I know I can be a little prickly, but it's all a bunch of bullshit anyways, so that's all. My prickly is not real. I'm just like, At the end of the day, I'm just a Lana Bottom. Regardless of if the, two other guys in my life that I will not talk to ever again, do not worry. Do not worry, crush. If they, even though they wanted me to be a feministy dyke, I tried. It's like I would try to be that for them because I'm still a Lana Bottom at the end of the day. I'm still the bitch in the relationship. Nobody believes me. They're like, that's not true. I'm like, no, it's true. But this time I'm just like, how nice would it be to have an extroverted boyfriend that doesn't try to make me extroverted? Gosh, what a fucking gift that would be. That would be like paradise. Fucking paradise. That's all I wanted. And I never got it. But, We love Pluto and Capricorn, horrible fucking time. But yeah, it's so weird, you guys, to be like moving on. I bet a year ago I would have never thought I'd feel this way. In fact, I know a year ago I never thought I'd feel that way, but it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So for that, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful to be obsessed over, you know, someone new. Basically, it's nice. It's actually a good thing. But that's the kind of thing with this Gemini season. It's like you get these victories in like the weirdest ways. And it's because Jupiter is debilitated. So it's like you get something, but it shows up in a really weird way that can be even like kind of seemingly negative. And that's like it's been hitting me in the face all the time. And I'm trying, like Lisa, she's total Gemini, and she's just like, you gotta think of it this way. And she's like, you gotta reframe it. And she's like, da 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 da. Like, it's not a bad time. It's not a bad time. Like, think of it this way, think of it that way. And I'm just like, okay, okay. I'm like, it's a little flattened, but there's good in it. It's like, yes, I'm obsessed with somebody. I'm a little anxious. I'm like, gosh, like, is this going to work out? Am I going to, I'm nervous, but it's like, damn, like I'm moving forward in life again. Damn, I'm moving on. It's like, that's huge. You know what I mean? Um, that's massive progress. And not only that, but it's like I'm breaking relationship habits that were not good, or like I'm actually trying something different. I'm not just going for the same type of guy. It's like I'm actually doing the damn thing, you guys. I'm like, yeah, let me not beat my head against the wall over and over again. Let me actually do something different and handle it a little differently. And it's like, that's huge. That's success. And I feel like I'm at a good spot where it's like I'm doing enough new and enough old. It's like, okay, you know? So I don't know. I feel like in the future, I might look back on this time fondly because I think this is a really important time. It's probably one of the most important times of the year, to be honest, because I feel like there's just so much going on, and this is such like a hardworking time. And I feel like the hard work for this time is pushing us towards that new Jupiter in Gemini era. Because I think I'm losing a lot of weight right now and like all these different things. And it's like it'll probably whoosh off like towards August, and it'll put me in a different position at that time. And so it's like, and same with the finances and the two jobs and maybe even crush slash ASMR guy. You never know. It's like I might be in a better position during that time towards August, like towards especially after my birthday, because it's like I'm doing all this now. So it's like when you do the whole ass Eras tour and you try to actually get everything done, it's like, okay. And then I'm making sure I rest enough still. Cutting expenses. So it's not like a 2022 experience. It's like I'm trying not to be wasteful, but still accomplishing a lot and being really smart. And I think that's this year of the dragon. That's this 2024 cycle. This is what we should do, is just be very smart and like not be inflationary and just like boom. It's like I need to let myself have this phase where I'm not in love with anybody, because that's a part of moving on. That's a part of moving forward. And it's like I'm not in love with the past and I have a potential, but I'm in between. And that's very Gemini. So I'm going to I've embraced it as much as I can, but it's tough. I'm a fixed sign. I have my Scorpio rising is like, ugh, with this Gemini side. It's like, ooh, it's a little tough, but I'm doing it. I'm just like hitting the ground running. Like I knew it was coming. And I hated the Jupiter in Taurus. I absolutely fucking hated it. So I was just like, whatever, like we're just gonna blast through. I don't care if Jupiter is debilitated. I'm ready. And I do feel like it's better. It's just like victory's in the worst way. Like I'm so fucking hypo, but I'm losing weight. It's because I'm losing weight. I'm moony and swollen and bloated because I'm burning fat. So it's like I have this serotonin storm because I'm burning a lot of fat. So it's like I'm winning, but you feel like you're losing in the victory. It's weird. So it's like, it's just so much of this, you know? It's crazy. And I'm just like, okay. So I do think you guys should do the same. You know, think about the victories in the seeming losses. Within the negativity, try to see what is actually progress. And that's what this time is. And I do think in Cancer, it will be a little bit better. I hope. I hope. I think so, though. I have a good feeling about it. I think it will bring a more social quality to things because Gemini is so extroverted. So I think people are going to be talking more and like actually like spending more time with family during Cancer season. So I don't know. Let's try to make as much positivity as we can in a generally negative time. But with that, you guys, I'm going to go. Have a good night, you guys. Don't judge me for being obsessed. I promise. I'm not psycho obsessed. I'm cute obsessed. There's a difference. It's cute version. It's cute girly pop edition. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. I'm introverted, okay? Introverts, when we like somebody, we are fascinated and obsessed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.